In a shocking turn of events, allegations of exam cheating have rocked the Sri Lanka Law College, with former student Thushara Jayarathna leveling serious accusations against Namal Rajapaksa, son of a prominent political figure. Jayarathna, who is currently seeking asylum in Switzerland, has penned a letter to the Chief Justice, calling for a thorough investigation into the irregularities surrounding Rajapaksa's bar examination and subsequent oath-taking ceremony. Jayarathna, who sat for the final year bar exams in 2010 alongside Rajapaksa, recounts a disturbing series of events that he claims gave the latter an unfair advantage. According to his testimony, Rajapaksa was afforded special treatment, being allowed to take the examination in a separate air-conditioned room equipped with a computer and internet access. This arrangement, if true, would constitute a clear violation of the Sri Lanka Law College's established regulations. The allegations don't stop there. Jayarathna asserts that the exam paper was leaked to Rajapaksa prior to the test, further compromising the integrity of the examination process. In his letter to the Chief Justice, Jayarathna emphasizes that he had previously raised these concerns with various authorities, including the then Law College principal, the former Chief Justice, the Justice Ministry Secretary, Keselwatte Police, the Human Rights Commission, and the Bribery and Corruption Commission. However, it appears that his complaints fell on deaf ears, as no substantial action was taken at the time. The controversy extends beyond the examination itself. Jayarathna points to what he describes as a special oath-taking ceremony arranged for Rajapaksa by then Chief Justice Sharani Bandranayak. He claims to have photographic evidence of Rajapaksa inside the Chief Justice's chambers during the ceremony, an opportunity he says is not afforded to other students. This preferential treatment, if verified, raises serious questions about the impartiality of the legal system and the potential influence of political connections. As Jayarathna continued to voice his concerns and push for an investigation, he found himself facing increasingly dire consequences. He reports receiving death threats and being subjected to intimidation tactics, which he directly attributes to his efforts to expose the alleged irregularities at the Law College. The severity of these threats ultimately forced Jayarathna to flee the country, seeking asylum abroad to ensure his safety. Now, from his place of refuge in Switzerland, Jayarathna is renewing his call for justice. His letter to the current Chief Justice requests the formation of a disciplinary committee to examine his allegations against Rajapaksa in detail. He hopes that this will finally lead to a comprehensive probe into the irregularities he claims occurred during the examination process and the subsequent oath-taking ceremony. The case has sent shockwaves through Sri Lanka's legal community and beyond. It raises troubling questions about the integrity of the country's legal education system and the potential for powerful individuals to circumvent established rules and procedures. Many are now calling for a transparent and impartial investigation to determine the veracity of Jayarathna's claims and, if substantiated, to hold those responsible accountable. The allegations have also reignited debates about nepotism and privilege in Sri Lankan society. Critics argue that if proven true, this case would be a glaring example of how connections and influence can potentially override merit and fairness, even in institutions as crucial as the legal system. Supporters of Rajapaksa, however, have dismissed the allegations as baseless and politically motivated. They argue that Jayarathna's claims, coming years after the events in question, lack credibility and are aimed at tarnishing the reputation of a rising political figure. As the controversy continues to unfold. Many are closely watching the response of the current Chief Justice and other relevant authorities. The handling of this case could have far-reaching implications for the perceived integrity of Sri Lanka's legal institutions and the public's trust in the system of justice. Legal experts are divided on the potential outcomes of this case. Some argue that the passage of time since the alleged incidents may complicate any investigation, while others maintain that the seriousness of the accusations warrants a thorough examination. Regardless of when they occurred, the case has also sparked discussions about the need for reforms in the legal education system and the processes surrounding bar examinations and admissions to the legal profession. Advocates for change argue that this controversy highlights the need for more transparent and equitable procedures to ensure that all aspiring lawyers are subject to the same standards and scrutiny. As the story continues to develop, it has captured the attention of both national and international media. The allegations touch on issues of corruption, privilege, and the rule of law that resonate far beyond the borders of Sri Lanka, drawing interest from legal, watchdogs, and human rights organizations around the world. For Thushara Jayarathna, the road ahead remains uncertain. Having sacrificed his safety and homeland to bring these allegations to light, he now waits in hope that his call for an investigation will finally be heeded. His case serves as a stark reminder of the personal costs often borne by those who choose to speak out against perceived injustices, especially when powerful interests are involved. The coming weeks and months will be crucial in determining whether Jayarathna's allegations will lead to a formal investigation and potentially significant changes in Sri Lanka's legal education system. Whatever the outcome, this case has already succeeded in sparking important conversations about fairness, accountability, and the integrity of institutions that are fundamental to the functioning of a democratic society. As Sri Lanka grapples with these challenging questions, the eyes of the world remain fixed on how the country's legal and political establishments will respond to this test of their commitment to justice and equality under the law. The resolution of this case may well shape public perception of the country's legal system for years to come, underscoring the far-reaching implications of what began as one student's stand against perceived injustice